everyone, welcome. I'm Eric Moran, and this is a Planetary Diary, the making of a fan series. Today, I'm happy to introduce our lead head music composer for A Planetary Step. The one question I get asked a lot, who's doing the music? Who did the music for your intro for A Planetary Diary? This gentleman already composed the music for the Planetary Diary theme when we open up the show, and also he's doing all the music for our Planetary Step series. I'm happy to introduce to you our lead music composer, the one and only Adam Mullen. Welcome to the show, Adam.
Thanks, Eric. Hi.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay. What I want to do is have the audience get to know about you. So can you tell the audience a little bit about your background and how you got started?
It all started back in, well, I'm not going to start in middle school. Of course, I started playing trombone, tuba at middle school, and then fast forward high school, did music, and then college, I majored in music education, and then a whole bunch of stuff happened with health problems and stuff, so I had to switch my master's that I was pursuing in music ed and put it to music performance. And I finished that degree. And while I was in grad school, I met a friend. His name is James Strecker. He runs the Watchtower database, which is a DCAU, DC Animated Universe, only kind of like YouTube channel. So I write music for him. And that's kind of how I got into composing music. I had always liked composing and arranging back in high school and college, but I didn't really get into it until probably about 2013. So hopefully that's like the really quick way of getting to that. And then I just, I kept composing for him all through these years. And right now I'm working on a score for his original film called By Reality. Hopefully that will come out next year. We'll see, because of everything that's going on in the world. It's delayed a little bit, last bit of filming. But I write video game scores, soundtracks for film, just a bunch of random stuff, and a lot of fan films too, especially for Vance Major, which you know.
Yeah, we were going to touch on that. And so speaking of Vance, that's how basically I was introduced to you. I was introduced to you through Vance. And a lot of people, Vance is also one of our actors, he'll be in and out of the series. But Vance, he was actually one of the first people to do a fan film short based around the Warville, the Mariana Trench. And it was funny because Vance and I have been friends for a long time because we've done Star Trek fan films on both our ends. And so when I found out Vance was the one who did the fan series, I was like, Vance, I want you to be, on our series, because again, you helped pave the way. So Vance was recommending, he was like, hey, look, I got a friend of mine who does this great music, and you really might want to listen to some of his stuff. And so when I heard you did a Star Trek Strange New Worlds, your own original theme for Strange New Worlds, and I listened to it, and we're going to probably listen to this clip in a few minutes, and I was blown away. Wow, that was really, really good. And like I said again, it really pulled me in, and I was like, I got to get this guy on our team. I reached out to you and asked you, and from there, so what I wanted to know, what pulled you into wanting to do films and sci-fi films and video games? What drew you in?
Well, I grew up watching Star Trek, Stargate, Farscape. So I've always really loved science fiction, and Star Wars, of course. And I always wanted to write music for those kind of shows, especially like Star Trek, Star Wars. That was always kind of like a dream. And I started really getting into writing scripts, and I met Vance through through writing my series Project Defiant, and he discovered then that I also write music. So then I started writing music for him for his fan series, fan films, and in kind of in compensation for him helping me with my fan stuff for Star Trek. And yeah, it just kind of it's taken off. It's funny that you bring up the Marianas Trench, because I'm the one that wrote music for that.
Oh, okay.
So that's what's led me to wanting to be a part of, you know, your crew and your series, is because I thought, well, I already did that. Let's see if I can do this as well.
You know, I gotta say, when I heard the theme, matching it up with the visuals, like the fans haven't seen it yet. Of course, when eventually the Orville fans will see it, and it almost brought tears in my eyes, because I'm like, oh my God, it's just, and you got a chance to see it, so to see it come to life,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's like you're watching an actual TV series. So, what pulled you in with the Orville? What was it about, like, doing Orville, like, fan film, not alone a fan series? What pulled you in?
Well, it reminds me a lot of TNG and the other shows from the '90s of Star Trek, and I thought, it's keeping that spirit alive, the show, the Orville, and then I thought, well, it'd be great to be a part of that community as well. I like the show. What can I say? When I first watched it in 2017, I was like, oh, some of that humor, I can't see that going with Star Trek. But then I realized through the last couple of years, it's not really Star Trek. It is its own thing, as much as it's not really a parody of it, but it pays tribute to Star Trek. But it is its own thing. And the more I watched it, I fell in love with what it was, as I'm sure you did as well, and all these other people, and it's grown on me. I appreciate it much more now than I did originally when it started premiering in 2017.
It totally had that TNG vibe, like you said, doing its own thing. The music plays a big part in any film. I remember growing up, all I collected was soundtracks. As a kid, growing up in the 70s and the 80s, I would take my little tape recorder and go to a TV set just to play, to record different themes, because music to me, it really sets the tone of the series. There's the visuals and everything else, but the music, it will make or break a film. To me, in a lot of ways, it pulls you in. I want to thank you, Adam, for coming on, because I know you have a busy schedule. Where can people find your work, and where can they subscribe to your channel, or where can they follow you?
Well, you can find a lot of my music on my website, lumostation.com. That's LUMO station.com. There's also links to my SoundCloud, my YouTube. I've got tons of music there that they can listen to. And if they want to hire me, that would be great too, I suppose.
Well, Adam, thank you so much for coming on to the show. And to everyone out there, please make sure you subscribe, like our channel, spread the word to your family and friends, and stay tuned for a new episode coming up next week. And again, thank you all for the love and support. We'll see you soon.